Okay, this is Gary from Texas Zone 8B, and I was going to show you a little bit about the tomato plants. I did want to show you, that's the O'Neill, no wait, the Guthrie and Odom plum trees. And they're a type of Chickasaw plum, kind of improved Chickasaw plum, and just real pretty right now with all the blooms. And this here is going to be where the potatoes are planted. Some of them are coming up. That's one of my orange trees that made it. It's a navel orange N33 that I put a lot of protection on, trying to keep it alive, and looks like it's going to make it. It did suffer a lot of damage, but the overall tree is going to live. Over here is the onions. They died all the way back to the ground on the big freeze back on earlier around Christmas, but they've all come back and they're looking pretty good. I do need to weed them. Starting to get a little bit weedy. And then over here is where the tomatoes plants are planted. This row here is a row of the paste tomatoes. They're a little bit smaller than some of them. That one there, something got it. Something landed on or ate on or chewed on it, so I'm going to replace it. There's those there. And then I did put a covering over this one because it was kind of, it was wilted because it didn't have a lot of roots on it. And if you look at it, it's actually doing better than the other one. So these things do help with it. Does kind of make a little greenhouse effect on it. We haven't had any cold weather, so I haven't had to cover up anything else. Here's the others of the paste type tomatoes. And then these are the determinate type tomatoes, 13 row of it. Something you can tell landed on this one right here. I figured a bird probably landed on it, broke it off. Or a cat came through here or something, but I didn't see any footprints, so I think it's probably a bird. That's going to happen sometimes. That one looks like something knocked it off too. And that one there I thought was doing okay, but it's kind of got some damage too. So the determinants have got some damage on them, but it's just whatever's landed on them or whatever decided to go down that row. This is the row of the indeterminates, and next time I will bring out the list. I can tell you what each one of them are, but they all look the same now anyway, so it doesn't really matter. But just kind of showing what happens after 8 days of what they look like. This is another one I just covered up because it was looking a little bit weak. And these are the cherry tomatoes. Now you notice the cherry tomatoes, they all are taller, greener, just doing better. And that tends to be what cherry tomatoes do. They like to grow. They'll grow a lot. They'll sprawl out. So, you know, that's kind of what I expected. I'll be caging those up here pretty quickly. And there's the cages that I'll be using. So, anyway, I hope you enjoyed the short tour out here in the garden. There's the rest of the orchard. And then there's some of the pear trees. If you're wondering why the pear trees are in the garden part of it, at one time this was not part of the garden, it was part of the orchard, but then I wanted to increase the garden, so I just moved it this way. But anyway, thanks for watching. Thank you. Bye.